back in detention. I don't know why they put us here without a teacher. I'm Dan.
I'm Joe.
I'm Sean.
I'm Brian.
I'm Ashley, and I'm out of breath because I just did some parkour.
No, she didn't. She rolled around on the carpet.
Parkour!
Well, Sean. Welcome back.
I don't even know why I'm here. I didn't even do anything wrong this time.
Not for what you did, is what you're going to do.
Preemptive detention.
We're all psychics here.
That's not how this works.
It's minority.
It is now.
It's the Minority Report detention special.
Minority Report. Hey now.
It's a movie.
Sean, thank you for making the jokes that I'm too afraid to.
Alright, so, before we recorded this, we decided that the theme that we're going to start this off is, the pizza war. I had ordered a pizza just a few minutes before we hit record, and I ordered from Domino's, and I got a few looks. So we're just, we're really just gonna battle it out. We're gonna roll the dough, if you will, of this pizza off.
Things might get a little crusty.
A little crusty, a little saucy,
As long as it's not cheesy.
Oh, it's gonna be cheesy.
Oh, it's gonna be cheesy. It's gonna be cheesy. So,
You cheddar believe it.
You better be good.
Oh, sorry, you cheddar believe it. That's what I should have said.
There we go. All right, so Joe, I'm gonna come at you first because only when Sean earlier asked, oh, where are you getting pizza from? I said Domino's, and he gave me a look that almost nearly broke my heart. And I want to start with Joe. Joe, I want you to express your favorite and least favorite pizza. Now, it can be, quote, fast food pizza. It can be, sit-down restaurant pizza. Any pizza that you think is the best and the worst.
Well, first of all, we're going to start with a little bit of clarity here. I think you might have gotten the look that I gave you and the look that Dan gave you confused. Because I just gave you what, in the words of the great muses, Tenacious D, once said in their song, and I quote, "Fuck her gently." That's okay, it's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you. And that's my feeling about Domino's.
I just remember the lyrics to that song in my head, and it's just, you don't always.
And that's as much as we can sing with that because we want to avoid copyright flag. So, Domino's is okay, I guess, in my opinion. However, you asked favorite pizza. That would have to be Valentino's Pizza in Sterling, which is absolutely to die for. It's New York style. Their large is like a 22-inch diameter. And it costs as much as a regular large pizza. And I make the same mistake every time I go, ooh, large, order.
This pizza changes size every time I hear about it. It's like the Beowulf Kraken story. There were 9 beasts last time. There were 3. Yes, I know the movie was terrible, but it was still fun.
Yes.
Now, Joe, what would you say your least
favorite?
Now, this can even go as to frozen pizza as well.
It could. Least favorite pizza is probably Papa John's.
Okay.
That's more of a company thing than an actual product.
Let's for sake of argument, try to leave any particular issues with the company or the people involved in the company out of... This discussion is about the quality of the product, and furthermore, I would say we should divide this into...
Alright, well, that's the case. I don't know, it's hard to find bad pizza, let's be honest. I guess just as default, CC's.
Okay. Is there a CC's around?
I mean, CC's, the whole thing is quantity over quality. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Get what you can eat for $5.
But I mean,
you get what you pay for with CC's.
And on the subject of getting what you pay for, Papa John's isn't really my favorite either, but the value is not, especially with their deals. They got good deals.
They always have some type of coupon, so it's like, it works. You got a budget. Now, Sean, before the podcast, you said you're kind of like the hipster pizza knowledge, I guess.
Okay, disclaimer. A lot of people make jokes about me being a hipster. I'm not. Just gonna throw that out there. But anyway.
Oh, you dress like one.
I don't know, I heard you listening to Animal Collective before we got here.
What the heck is that?
Your favorite movie is Scott Pilgrim.
I like the comics, not the...
QED.
Anyway.
So, I just want you to, like, elaborate what you meant by that, because that kind of interested me.
Okay, because, like, my favorite pizzas aren't, like, the usual kinds of pizzas, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, like, Domino's, whatever. Let's just throw that all that out. I really like... First of all, I really like weird toppings on pizzas. I know pineapple's not weird for a lot of people, but it is for some people. As far as toppings go, I love pineapple. I love egg.
That's right.
I love, like, weird drizzles on stuff. I just love really experimental pizzas. So, places where I can get stuff like that, that's the kind of stuff I really like. There's this little place in New York called Waldy's that I've been to. It was like fried egg, arugula, like this barbecue drizzle. It was like the best thing ever. It was, like, really, yeah. I like weird experimental things, trying new things like that. So, yeah. But I mean, when I'm not in the mood for that, I definitely like bacon. Can't go wrong with bacon. Yeah. For like the pizza that you can like normally get just wherever, I think I'd probably prefer Pizza Hut just for reasons. I like the crust. I like the way it tastes. I don't know. So yeah, there you go.
I would like to go last, as this is a topic I'm very passionate about.
Dan likes pizza.
Steve, I need you to go before I do, because Dan and I are on the same wavelength.
Okay.
Michelangelo.
This is where it's gonna get heated.
Well,
not just in the oven.
My family stopped ordering Pizza Hut a long time ago just because when I was younger, the one by our house burned every order that we had for like a month or 2 months or however long.
Do we share a dad?
But I actually do like Pizza Hut, generally speaking.
Doesn't it really kind of suck when you like something, but like the place that like
that one store?
Yeah,
that
it really ruins it for you.
Exactly.
Or you like something and your parents never order it because they had a singular bad experience and they don't want to put faith in the company.
Least favorite is probably just like generic brand frozen pizzas. Like things like Safeway Select are actually pretty good and things like that. But any, like, just the off-brand, like, frozen pizza that you buy usually is probably not good.
Alright, now...
If we say off-brand, do you mean store brand, or do you just mean, like frozen pizza?
Well, I mean, like a generic frozen pizza.
Because I will fight you over Red Baron. Red Baron and Tombstone are probably two of the best bang-for-your-buck frozen pizzas you can get.
Dan, have you ever had Jack's Pizza?
I've not.
That is by far the best frozen pizza I will ever eat. A lot of Walmarts in this area sell it. It's called Jack's. The best. It's like really, really thin crust. That is like when he said like generic brand, I was thinking that. Now some generic brands I feel like can, because it's like you're like you talked earlier, like you're paying for the quality of it, But there are some frozen pizzas that, you can get for a decent price.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cheap, that are actually pretty good.
Harris Teeter does a surprisingly decent, like, store-brand frozen pizza. Personally, I'm not real big on the thinner crusts. But if I ever am in a Walmart,
pick up a Jack.
It
is awesome. Alright, Dan. It's come down, because I think you and I are gonna, this is what the audience came for. This is the Dan and Ash.
The deep dish duel.
Give us the dish or the dash, Let me see here.
I insist, please, because I've broken my answer down into categories.
Okay, alright, I got you. So I semi have too. I'm gonna start with the frozen pieces. I would say one of the best is going to be Jack's or Tombstone. I actually really like Tombstone pizza. It's rad. It's awesome. You can never go wrong with Tombstone pizza. I actually have a pizza maker. I actually invested in a pizza maker at my home. If you guys don't know what that is, basically it's a little device that sits on the countertop, has it's like a circle, and you put...
Are you talking about the Pizzazz Pizza
The
Oven?
Pizzazz Pizza Oven.
I have one right there.
That's mine. That is literally what I have. That's so great.
In this episode, we find out that Dan and Ashley are secretly the same person.
Da-da-da. But yeah, I would
wear glasses and have blondish hair.
Yeah, you had the chance to change your face, would you? I wouldn't.
You thought this was a pizza discussion between two people, but it was really me.
The entire time.
Dio's Pizza.
But yeah, so I have a pizza maker at home, and I actively use that to buy frozen pizzas. Another frozen pizza I really like are those little Totino party pizzas.
Totino's pizza rolls?
No, not the pizza rolls. I actually am not a fan of
pizza rolls. Are kind of gross.
I think pizza bagels
they don't
top.
cook well.
I think pizza bagels triumph pizza rolls, actually.
They don't cook well.
They do. You just have to know how to do it.
What do you cook yours in? Because I have microwaved them and I put them in a toaster oven. And they never come out the way they're supposed to.
Either way, you gotta bite a corner so that the molten lava cools
Sean
down
knows
a bit.
what is up, because that's literally my tactic. I have mastered it to a T.
Yeah.
Just go through and cut a corner off each one.
I have watched walkthroughs on how to eat pizza rolls.
Yeah.
All you need is 2 plates. So you cook them for half the time. Put the other plate on top. Flip them over. Put that plate on the bottom. Resume cooking.
I still remember the first time I tried to eat a whole pizza roll.
That was the first and last time for me.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't know pain. You don't know pain until you have put an entire pizza roll pocket into your mouth and just took a big old crunch.
No, it's not a crunch.
It's like...
It's kind of like a self-contained zit.
Oh, that's a great comparison for food.
It's
anyway, non-frozen food.
Non-frozen. Okay, we'll get back to me. It's non-frozen pizza. As for fast food pizza, delivery pizza, that
big box.
Well, that's Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut big box.
Well, big box would be any of the major brands.
Gotcha.
And then you have
okay.
you have the big box, you have the mom and pop, and then you have hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Mom and pop and hole in the wall. Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
For big box pizza, I would say I really enjoy Domino's. Of course, I have the app, and I'm part of I have the rewards program with them, which is really sad. I have more apps on my phone about food than I do about social media and literally everything else.
You're doing it right.
Thanks. That helps. That makes me feel good.
Yeah.
I'm a rewards member at any local fast food restaurant. But I really like Domino's. I've always had Domino's my entire life. I used to really, really dislike Pizza Hut. I used to really dislike it. I didn't like the sauce. There was something with the sauce. It tasted there was a spice in there. I don't know what it was, but it was just the sauce.
Cilantro.
That was probably it. But they used to have these things that they were my favorite. They were pizza rollers is what they were. It was just basically pepperoni, cheese, wrapped up in dough and baked. And it was super yummy and awesome. But lately...
Do you know every ingredient that goes into making a pizza? Carry on, sorry.
Oh god, you see, we saved it. We saved the most passionate pizza people for last. I'm so ready for this. But Pizza Hut, remember when they did this new thing? They were unleashing the new Pizza Hut, and they were doing the drizzles and the different crusts and the different sauces.
A year ago, yeah.
Was that a year ago?
Yeah.
All right. Oh wow. Okay.
2014 at the longest.
I remember the day Dan and I were at work and they announced pretzel crust. I remember that day.
You remember?
I got so excited. It's almost embarrassing how excited I got about the possibilities.
When I saw that they had the new stuff, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this again. And I saw that on the sauces, you could get there was the marinara, then there was the hearty tomato sauce. And I was like, you know what? I didn't like the sauce that they always have, and that was the default setting. So I was like, let me choose the other one. So I chose that, and I got it, and it was actually really good. So I used to really not like Pizza Hut, but after they redid, they changed their recipes and they added all this stuff. I don't do the fancy crust. I'll do one every now and then if I want to treat myself, I'll be like, ooh, Parmesan crust, bring it. But I haven't tried the pretzel crust, and I'm I'm looking forward to that. But I would say Domino's is rad and awesome, and the delivery guy by my house knows me, and last Christmas I gave him an extra tip. So it's hey, Merry Christmas, John. He was like, thanks, actually. We had that relationship. We don't talk anything other than, hey, how are you? How is your job? Good. I know nothing about him. He could have 27 cats. I wouldn't know. But he's still a cool guy. Shout out to John. That was a really nice, subtle burp coming from Joe.
Do you need another non splash?
That was the weirdest cocktail I've ever had. Dan, I want you to start talking about pizza, and then I can just come back because I'm thinking about it. My stomach is literally howling at me right now.
Okay.
Oh, but before you go, I do want to say my least favorite frozen pizza ever is DiGiorno's. DiGiorno's is my absolute least favorite.
DiGiorno.
I used to get DiGiorno pizzas because DiGiorno was one of the few things that were bold enough to attempt a stuffed crust pizza.
Okay, yes.
And the fact that you could buy them in stores was huge.
That was the only part of the pizza that I ate from DiGiorno was the stuffed crust.
Yeah, that's the only reason to buy DiGiorno products. And they no longer sell their stuffed crust, so I don't buy their stuff anymore. As far as frozen pizza goes, Red Baron is probably my go-to frozen pizza brand. Specifically, even though unfortunately they're single size only, they're deep dish pizzas. They come in packs of 2. Those are probably the best frozen pizzas I have ever spent money on. If you can find them in your grocery store, I highly recommend them. You probably won't find a higher quality take-home pizza at a local grocery store. As far as smaller locations go, if you impress me with your pizza or with your food in general, I will drive distances to support your business. And a lot of the guys here can attest to this. I have some friends who live out near West Virginia, and they introduced me to this pizza place called Brothers. And
you know about Brothers?
Oh, I know about
my
Brothers.
God! I just got butterflies. I just got goosebumps.
And I love this place so much that one day over the summer, when we all had a day off, I drove majority of the people involved with this channel who were available out to West Virginia to go to this pizza place to share in the experience. And it's great food, great price, and I think everybody brought something home on top of leaving with a full stomach. Which, at least for me, and probably for Joe as well, bringing home leftovers is a huge deal. So, there's that.
That's incredible. Yeah, there was a Brothers in my hometown, and I used to go, my friends and I would go and split a pizza, and it was super cheap, like $7 or something for my sister fell asleep.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well, that's so cool that you know that.
When your love for pizza is so strong that the blood starts coming.
Literally, honestly, that is what is happening.
Smaller delivery places, at least around here, you really only have 3 choices, I guess, that aren't like major big box, at least around here. And from best to worst, I would probably say Bocelli's Manhattan, and then Paisano's at the bottom. Now let me justify that, because if there's a lot of people local listening, they
would agree that Paisano's is not good.
I would, at least around here, I would argue the opposite, because there's a lot of Paisanos around here, and a lot of local businesses use Paisanos for like their fundraisers. It's not that Paisanos makes a bad product. It's that I have a personal vendetta against Paisanos because of my father. That's right, I'm looking at you, Dad.
If that is your real name.
So, my father is a vengeful man when it comes to businesses. He justifiably he likes to see his money well spent, and if he feels that your business has done him wrong, he will cease to support you financially. To the point where, at some point in time, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, and Domino's had all wronged my father. So the only pizza place he would order from for like 3 years was Paisano's. Now, I don't know about you guys, but as much as I love pizza, I don't think I could eat pizza from the same place every time, all the time. And it's not like there was a lot of variety. Like, it was cheese and pepperoni, sometimes with meat lovers. Like, you get one of 3 choices at least once a week. That was it. Traumatizing time in a young fat child, but but Bocelli's is
Vicelli's, I forgot about Vicelli's.
Vicelli's
I
is
like
great if you can find one, but they have a very small delivery radius. Usually is the problem.
They're like decently priced, but I think they're more expensive than like I think I would say like Pizza Hut and Domino's. I think Vicelli's is like a little bit above.
Vicelli's is probably the closest thing to a delivery like artisan pizza place that we have around.
Yeah.
Manhattan is great for like delivery New York style. Personally, like the style of pizza doesn't really matter to me, so I can take or leave New York pizza.
I think New York style is my favorite. I really like the folding. That's really fun. I've always done that since I was little.
I've yet to have actual Chicago style pizza. I really want to. That's on my list.
Uno's is not a great representation.
I mean, I didn't think so because I've had Uno's. So like, actual,
Did get to. So I have an aunt who lives in Wisconsin. So a long time ago, my family did a road trip to go visit this aunt, and we spent a day in Chicago.
Right.
And we went to an actual pizza restaurant in Chicago, and it was amazing.
See, I'm not really big into crust. It's all about like the flavor. Like the crust is a big deal, but I don't like a lot of breading in my crust because I feel like it's all about the ingredients that go into the pizza as well.
But at the same time, it's not just like a lot of people kind of don't think about it. But like, the crust is like the body of the pizza, so you get the crust at the end, which is going to be what you kind of like are looking at. But then like that usually also affects the thickness of what the pizza is actually sitting on, and it's really easy to get pizza that's too thin if you aren't careful.
A lot of places do that though. They make them very thin. But
it's like using Pizza Hut as an example. I love stuffed crust pizza. That's probably like my favorite food. But like stuffed crust pizza tends to be very thin in the body of the pizza because they have to roll the crust up to stuff it. But then you have things like pan pizza where the way it's baked is shaped to rise, and you're probably going, if you get a pan pizza from anywhere, personally, Pizza Hut's pan pizza is probably my favorite, especially if you get the salted crust and like all the different flavor drizzles and all that. I could talk about the different types of things I would get on a pizza for a while.
I'm living.
But the pan pizza, I feel like anywhere you really go that offers a pan pizza is probably going to be the biggest bang for your buck that you can order because it is going to be the most filling.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, pan pizzas are really the only pizzas that I can't, like, other than specialty places like what Joe was talking about, where, their sizes are different. Pan pizzas are probably the one pizza that I can't finish by myself as a large. So that's me on pizza.
Awesome.
I just spoke for 7 minutes about pizza.
That was so...
You could go on.
I could go on. That's the scary part.
And the best part is that a minute ago, Jeffrey, our Domino's delivery driver, has left the building.
Oh.
So as you would say, this is the resurrection.
So somebody's probably going to kill me for this at some point if they hear this, but in most of your guys' opinions, in accordance to their slogan, DiGiorno does not deliver?
It does not deliver.
It does not, no.
It's not delivering.
They don't deliver anything. Good quality,
So yes, therefore, it's not delivering.
I don't think that DiGiorno's when they made that thing. I don't think they thought about.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great slogan because I went out and tried it, and
you hear a lot. Everyone
more disappointed. I'll never forget. I was going on a trip with DJ. We go way back, and we were picking up groceries on our way down to where we were going, and we go through the frozen pizza aisle, and that was when DiGiorno had started selling pizza that came with wings in the box.
And the ones with like desserts and breadsticks and stuff.
And they spell wings WYNGZ.
Oh,
wings.
Oh, come on,
and then
DiGiorno.
And it's got an asterisk on it, and that goes on to read, "Made without real wing meat."
Oh, what are they using?
I would love to know.
Join us. If you guys are listening to this podcast, leave a comment below as to what your wings are actually made of, please.
Also, if you're actually listening to this comment, I didn't mean anything I said.
I'm sorry. Please, I don't have food in my freezer. Please sponsor me.
Yeah, because the Pizza House Mafia is going to come.
So,
That's a fun micro pizza story I have. So as Sean mentioned, we used to order pizza at work on days when we used to close together all the time, and I would bring home leftovers. And because my father was still boycotting Pizza Hut, I was, very poor job, and everyone knew what it was. But I would take a Sharpie and draw on the box to alter the logo and change the name to Pizza House.
I love it.
Just hoping he wouldn't notice.
That's hilarious.
And you'd think this is something that would come out of the mind of a child. No, I was 22 when I was doing this. This was not, this was not something you can justify as oh, he's young, he didn't know any better. No, I knew full well what I was doing and how stupid it was.
That's hilarious. I love it. I would say one of my goals, I think, as I, go through the rest of my life. I'm only 20. I've got miles to go before I get to where I'm going, I guess. My goal is to try. I want to go into every city that is well known for, a food, a specialty food, and I want to try that. But I want to try different places because you hear about in Philadelphia, they're oh, you always got to get Philly cheesesteak when you go to Philly. But there's I've seen it all the time on Food Network channel and things like that where it's
there's the two big ones.
Did you? I want to say one of them's Geno's.
Yeah, Pat's and Geno's are the two bigger ones, okay. And then there are other off brands all over the place, and every local person will have their favorite that they'll tell you about.
I want to try that. I want to go to different places and try what is well known because I don't travel a lot. The furthest I've ever been in America is Ohio and not Ohio, Iowa. I'm oh, there's corn there.
There's a lot of corn.
So, and I've my family's from Wisconsin, so it's we drink a lot of root beer and eat a lot of cheese. But, I'm from West Virginia, so we just eat a lot of whatever we can get our hands on.
You really love your W states, don't you?
I mean, I guess so.
Now, Brian.
D-Rye.
Correct me if I'm wrong, sir, but, do you or do you not have a fun Philly cheesesteak story?
Okay, so when I guess it was right before my graduation, but it was after my last final in senior year, so I didn't really have school anymore. I got together with two of my friends, and we decided to attempt the Philly cheesesteak challenge.
Now, Brian, what is that challenge?
Yeah, for anyone listening that doesn't know, the idea is that you would skip class. We didn't really have class anymore. And when school starts, you start driving to Philadelphia, and you buy cheesesteaks, you eat them there, and then you drive back, and you want to make it back before the school day ends. We did not succeed at that because it took us a half hour to find a gas station when we got there. So we didn't get back home until about 4 o'clock. But when we first got to Philly, part of the reason that it took so long to find a gas station was that we weren't sure where to go for one, so we asked someone for directions, and we followed their directions to a T, got to the right intersection that they were talking about, and turned onto the road that they said, and almost immediately saw a sign that said, "You are now leaving Philadelphia," which should give you an idea of about how friendly the locals are.
But it's the city of brotherly love.
Yeah. Sure.
Philadelphia, born and raised.
So then when we finally got gas and were able to get our food and everything, we did stop at Pat's just because it was easier to get to and everything. And it was one of the best lunches I've ever had in my life, probably because I was ridiculously hungry at that point. But when we were starting to park, some guy waved us to a parking spot. And this is all parallel parking, so it's not like there were actual parking spots or anything, but we pulled into this spot, and there was this Italian guy with a very specific t-shirt and baseball cap. And another one standing next to him with the same shirt and baseball cap. And then an Italian woman across the street wearing the same shirt and baseball cap. And the guy goes, yeah, so you can park here and we'll wash your car. We work for tips. So I'm thinking like, well, I guess I have a couple of options. And I decided to pull out what little bit of cash I could spare and still get my lunch. And gave it to him. And when we finished eating, our car, the car was still there when we got back. All 4 tires were in check. So, pretty sure I tipped this guy to just not mess with my car. And then we drove back, and it was pretty much incident-free all the way home.
Wow.
And that was my story.
That's crazy.
Gotta figure out how I'm gonna go about it if I ever go to Philly.
I know.
Yeah. Bring a friend to watch your car for you.
Park right in front of the store so that you don't have to have anyone watch your
Right.
car for
Maybe
you.
vegetarian. Like, what are they gonna do?
Oh, yeah.
Or,
I love all you vegetarians out there.
don't go to Philly.
Certain things I know about. Actually, it's funny. Pittsburgh is apparently not what it used to be because I went to Pittsburgh last year, recently enough anyway. But people kept telling me, "Oh, Pittsburgh, it's not a very clean city. Like you shouldn't go there." But it was really nice. I don't know. I really liked Pittsburgh. It was fun. I wanted to go for a good part of the reason because it's a sandwich shop called the Permanente Brothers Sandwich Shop. And what these guys are famous for is they'll take everything that goes on the side in the sandwich, like the fries and the coleslaw and everything, and they will put it in the sandwich.
Oh, dear.
So this sandwich ends up being like bigger than my face. And it was probably one of the most glorious things I've ever eaten in my life. So one thing for people to try if we're going to Pittsburgh, that's definitely a highlight.
I want a sandwich the size of my face.
And they don't toast the bread too, so it stays squishy, so you can actually grip it.
Oh.
No, it works. It works. It works. It does.
I am down for that.
See, now this is an interesting conversation because
I know you have sandwich standards.
I do have sandwich standards.
Does this go as long as pizza?
No, this will not go as long as pizza. I very strongly believe that a sandwich should be no more than 1/5 bread. Like 1/4, 1/5, somewhere in there, depending on where you are. Like, longer sandwiches get a little bit of wiggle room just because longer bread is, more bread. But I have a great deal of issue if I'm paying, possibly like $8 for a sandwich, and 2/3 or more of that sandwich is bread, and on top of that, you're not even going to toast the bread to melt the cheese. Sacrilegious, I say.
Right
Oh no, the cheese is melted.
Well, if they melt the cheese, that's one thing, but I need my toasted sandwiches. I need my toasted meats. I need my melted cheese.
I got you. I agree. I've come bearing gifts, everyone. I stepped outside for a second to grab pizza. And baby, I'm back. Baby's also got back.
Ain't no one denying that. I mean, while we're in detention in the first place. We really should be supervised while we're doing this. Who let us in here alone? Where are we?
Who are you? Who am I? Are we human, or are we dancer? Important question. Leave a comment below. Answer the question, are we human or are we dancer? I'll be doing a poll on Twitter later.
What if we would prefer to be Prancer or
Vixen?
Yeah.
Comet? Donner?
Dixon?
Robert?
Dixon?
Nixon?
Yeah, Tricky Dick the reindeer. Jesus. Alright, no, we're stopping this right now while we can. Alright, it's been a long week. The detention's letting out. I'm Dan.
I'm Joe.
I'm Sean.
I'm Brian.
I'm Ashley.
I'm gonna probably tweet out a list of who's gonna be on the next 2 podcasts. If you listen to this and I haven't done it yet, tweet at me at DF93 and yell at me. or yell at me on the channel on Twitter at ACA Comedy. And we'll see you guys
on the flip side.